Here's another of my videos of the platinum process. It is essential that platinum prints are agitated constantly, and it's boring. Max Caffell is a fabulous printer with a delightful neighbor who came up with an absolutely brilliant solution.
And then you're ready to see the efficiency of the wave action.
Max is the most accomplished platinum printer I know. It's not a competition, but he is able to get a tonal range and density in blacks like no other printer can. He learned his craft from his father, Paul. It was some 30 years ago. I met the two in London. When Mac joined his father making platinum prints, his primary role was agitating the print trays. For each print that Paul made, Max would devote 17 minutes of his life rocking it back and forth in the chemistry. Max knew there must be a mechanical solution, and as luck would have it, his mother was giving French lessons to an electrical engineer.
So, agitating the print is really important to make sure you clear all the unexposed ions out of the print. And one thing is you have to stand there and keep it constantly moving. If you let it settle for too long, you'll get chemical stains, the residual chemicals getting into the paper. I'm going to introduce you to Mike, who has helped resolve that issue with a wonderful tray rocker.
Which was actually really designed, when you think about it, it's a steam engine put vertical. We considered the wheel of the steam engine and the piston is at the bottom. If you reverse it instead, that goes round, and of course you can put a little axle part on it off centre, and so that as it goes round, the hatch goes up, down, exactly like the piston and wheels of a steam engine. And that's all there is to it. The thing is, with a synchronous motor, it will try to maintain, always keep to the same speed, because it's locked to the 50 hertz of the mains. You've got 60 hertz in the States, but the principle is the same. It's probably about 3,000 or 4,000 RPM, but it's the gearbox that takes it down to, what, about 10 RPM, isn't it, thereabouts?
Yeah.
And you can get exactly the speed you want, because Matt specified how slow, because if it's too quickly, you get a tidal wave, so it has to be very slow, doesn't it?
We made it.
Start with, remember I'm an engineer, not an artist.
There is an art to engineering.
So that's the motor, and that shaft comes out. Now, from here, that comes out to, that is the arm that then just goes up and down. That's the basic component parts.
What it's resting on, how this
This is
But it's pivoting
some
on.
guttering pipe, which the frame is resting on. Do this. I'll have to say it's to the arm. And then this means that all the weight is taken here, so the actual arm is only lifted enough to get the solution to move around within the tray.
In May, I went to England to visit with Max, and we met up with my kids at London Photo. It was great to walk around. Max showed us the prints he'd done for Frank Horvat, the Lee Miller estate, and he showed this one in particular that Linda McCartney did of her husband Paul and daughter Heather. Heather looks like she's dancing, Paul's laughing, looking on, but they're at opposite ends of the rectangle, and there's this wonderful path and black line that runs down the middle of the image that connects the two together. It's a wonderful photograph and a beautiful print.
What? The term non-linear optics now, the most common for it is aspheric surfaces. And I mean, normally if you could design a lens, you can design exactly where the rays will come and go. If it's a curvature surface, in other words, part of a perfect sphere. Nowadays, of course, they're making non-linear surface. I mean, an absolutely classic case. Do you know the mathematics of a parabola? It's a part of a semicircle. You know, imagine you get a globe and you cut a slice out of it, and you hold it up and hope to focus the light using that. It won't work because you've got effectively spherical aberration.
If you want phosphorus ferric oxalate, I've got it. It's available in 20 and 28% solution. and I have potassium chlorate in 1% solution available as well. To order it, go to kurtrichter.com/about.
But a parabola is not part of a true circle.